watching the market right here on ET now.
They decode markets, money and more.
There is an absolute bloodbath in select mid-cap stock.
They have the combined experience of over 40 years.
How this impacts the emerging market world.
Start your day with the best market anchors.
There is an air of optimism.
On the market, every trading day, only on ET Now.
Indian markets have created over 20 lakh crore of market cap in last 1 year. But have you missed the rally?
Here's your chance to rise with India from the start of the trading day to when the closing bell rings. Every 5 minutes, one big money-making idea that suits every pocket.
From multi-bagger to trading ideas. Stay ahead of the pack only with ET Now.
Your one and only destination to make money.
Partnered by Times Influence.
A unique quiz competition which witnessed teams from top oil and gas PSUs compete against each other on business, energy and environment.
You lose 25, you're not trying.
The 2000 edition of the Indian Oil Solaris quiz kicked off with Nilesh R. Nekalje from Indian Oil taking the stage.
It is my proud privilege to welcome one and all to the Indian Oil Solaris Quiz 2018, India's largest quiz on business, energy and environment. John F. Kennedy famously quoted, "Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other." It is this culture of learning which Indian Oil Corporation has always nurtured and encouraged amongst all its employees as well as other stakeholders. With a vision to build and develop a culture of continuous learning, quizzing was introduced in Indian Oil Marketing Division in 2004. After humble beginnings as Indian Oil Petro Quiz, it has now blossomed into an intercorporate quizzing event which tests the best of brains from the energy sector. We wish all the teams the very best for the intercorporate finals of the Indian Oil Solaris Quiz 2018. Thank you.
The Indian Oil Petro Quiz, which started way back in 2004, ever since then, we instilled the concept of mass learning and continuous learning. And since then, the entire event, the entire concept has evolved, and it has attained an absolutely different level in that now the industry is participating. In those days, it was limited to only the marketing division of Indian Oil. The scope of this learning is very heartening to all the people who are participating and all the people who are tracking. So this is very, very enlivening. May the best team win. And the best team who wins is, of course, the winner, but others are achievers. Thank you.
It's time now to watch some highlights from the Indian Oil Solaris Quiz 2018.
If you care for energy, enriching the environment, and believe that businesses should mind their businesses, then welcome to Indian Oil Solaris Quiz on business, energy and environment, the country's first and only quiz on business, energy and environment, now stepping into its third year with the participation of the top 8 OMCs.
The 8 participating teams were Team A, EIL, Team B, HPCL, Team C, IOCL, Team D, PCRA, Team E, ONGC, Team F, GAIL, Team G, BPCL, Team H, OIL.
Let's get this show on the road with round 1, a round of visual questions on business. The rules of this round: 100 for direct, 50 for bonus, 10 seconds thinking time, when it is your direct, no thinking time when it is your bonus. Team A can pick any number.
7.
Question number 7. Look at this visual and tell me the
The
logo.
visual round witnessed the 8 teams being posed questions in context to images, which had the teams putting on their thinking caps to come up with the right answer.
WESL.
WESL is the correct answer. Suresh and Pratik from ONGC, will you please take your pick? Question number 1. ONGC. Who's the international celeb who received an honorary Clio award for changing the world, for encouraging differential thinking? And he was a world-renowned chef who we lost recently.
Borden.
Renowned chef Anthony Bourdain is the correct answer. Anthony Bourdain's travel and food show, No Reservations, was a global quest for cuisine and local culture. Unfortunately, we lost him recently.
At the end of round 1, these were the scores.
Time for round 2, a round of direct questions on the energy business. Once again, 100 for direct, 50 for bonus. You have 10 seconds thinking time when it is your direct and no thinking time when it is your bonus. Let's get cracking. Amid the global clash between Saudi-led OPEC and which major group is India crafting a balanced strategy to minimize economic shocks due to rising oil prices?
I think India is collaborating with China to fight OPEC.
No, that is not the other major group, although now we see increased Sino-Indian cooperation. That question moves to Team F, Gail.
Asian.
Not right. Team E, ONGC.
Iraq.
Not Iraq.
Non-OPEC group.
I'm afraid that's not the answer I'm looking for. Indian Oil.
They are collaborating with the US, taking US as the alternate.
The answer that I'm looking for is US shale oil, and Indian Oil pick up 50 points. Well, we all know what is a stud in the racing industry, although I assure you I'm not rich enough to own them. But in the oil and gas industry, what is a spud date?
The day of production.
The day production starts? No. You are off the mark there. How about Indian Oil?
The day the resource is exhausted.
The day the resources are exhausted and you go home. No, no, that's a bad day for business. HPCL, are you trying?
It's a restarting of the plant.
Restarting of a plan or a project. Well tried, but not correct, but I'm still glad you tried. EIL, what do you say? Okay, they pass that to the team from OIL.
The date when drilling starts.
Absolutely correct. It's the day the drilling starts, as simple as that. The date of drilling into the ground or spudding is referred to as the spud date. Amit and Nitin from Indian Oil. In the crude oil industry, we all know what is fracking. What then is cracking?
Further distillation of after the fractional distillation is done, the further breaking up of elements to give commercially utilizable product.
Considering we are all OMCs here, I'm looking for a slightly more specific answer. Let's see whether HPCL can give it.
Yeah, it's a secondary process. It is cracking the bigger heavy molecules into smaller molecules with the basis of catalyst.
Example being?
From wax oil to petrol and diesel. Petrol and LPG, we are cracking in a fluidic cracking units.
Okay, so I still have the keyword missing. I'll move on to Team A, EIL.
Yeah, it is a breaking of higher hydrocarbon molecule to a smaller useful molecule.
That is the operative word that I was looking for. The process of breaking down big hydrocarbon molecules into smaller ones Not that the teams from Indian Oil or HPCL were wrong, but then I need a word-perfect answer, like cracking hexane into butane and ethane. It's time for round 3, a round of video clips on environmental issues. I'll ask the question before a clip, and my playing time will be your thinking time, and there'll be no thinking time after the clue is over. Check this clip and tell me who is the English broadcaster and naturalist seen here.
Round 3 had video-based questions from the field of business, energy and environment, which saw the team members rack their brains and score more points.
Is not correct. Indian Oil.
Richard Attenborough.
Is not correct.
David Attenborough.
This is Sir David Attenborough, the famous naturalist.
At the end of 3 rounds, here are the scores.
The world today is full of dramatic change, improbable victories, and game-changing breakthroughs. Markets will rise and fall. Elections will be won and lost. Athletes will be hailed and criticized. And technology will continue to inevitably transform our world. We at ET Now will make sense of it all. ET Now, rise with India.
तू ही मेरी एक वजह है, तू ही मेरी ऊर्जा है, तू ही मेरी राहों का नूर, तू मेरा फ्यूल। तुझी से मैं जलता हूँ, तेरे लिए जलता हूँ, तुझी से मैं हुआ मशहूर।
उत्तर के पहाड़ों से दक्षिण के किनारों तक, पहले इंडियन, फिर ऑयल। इंडियन ऑयल।
Tourism in India is a potential market, being a significant source of foreign exchange for the country. Boosting this sector are the Indian brands who are selling dream destinations worldwide to varied customers. Presenting India's most preferred travel and tourism brands, a UBM initiative.
Tourism sector has a significant potential in India. Also, it's a big employment generator and a foreign exchange generator for the country. This is a nationwide quest for India's most preferred travel and tourism brand.
A unique nationwide quest to identify and celebrate India's favorite brands in the travel and tourism space. Watch the country's most preferred travel and tourism brands only on ET Now.
Your dizzying lifestyle needs investment ideas at lightning speeds. Watch Market Fatafat. Get 30 big stock ideas in just 30 minutes. Market Fatafat. Quick, crisp, credible. Market Fatafat. Only on ET Now. Rise with India.
The world recognizes the size of India, the fact that we have a sound economy, the fact that we have the fastest growing economy.
This is the biggest jumla I've seen. We've taken action ahead of any other regulator. So it tells you how vigilant we are in this matter.
If it's a slugfest between two political parties or more, then truth will become a casualty.
The nation's most pressing issues need solutions that work.
When will we see issues like caste not dominate center stage of Indian polity, not hijack the development agenda, the economic agenda of this country?
Where does the onus for running the house lies? Yes, it lies on the government, but isn't the opposition responsible as well?
Join us in a debate that focuses on India's crucial development issues. Watch the sharpest intellectuals, policymakers and leaders discuss the way forward for India. India Development Debate, weeknights at 9 p.m. Only on ET Now.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at some more highlights from round 4, 5 and 6 and see how the quiz concluded with a nail-biting finish.
We come to the end of the passing rounds and we start the non-passing and the high-scoring rounds. Starting with Round 4, a connected world. Three clues will appear all at once on your screen, out of which one will be a visual clue. There will be one clue each on business, energy, and environment. And out of them, one will be a visual clue. 100 for a correct first guess, 50 for a correct second guess, 25 for a correct third guess, and you will have no bonus chance. Question coming up for the team from EIL. We are talking about a fashion brand. The business connection is that they have now joined hands with Khadi and Village Industries Commission. The energy connect is that their young CMD is the first Indian CMD to make a Formula One podium finish, being a racing enthusiast. And as far as the environmental clue is concerned, check out the visual of one of their recent ads on Khadi being sustainable fashion. And now you have 3 answers. Use them carefully.
Raymond's?
As in, are you asking me, is it Raymond's?
Yes.
Yes, it is Raymond's. And that is 100 points. Can you name the person on the right-hand side? The business connect is that he enacted reforms for fairer economy. He created international energy news when he shut down Kori No. 1 nuclear reactor in Busan. And he pleased environmentalists by diffusing nuclear tension with his neighboring country. The person on the right, who can he be? Who is he with? Come on now, he's the North Korean?
Head of North Korea. Prime Minister.
The person on the left is the North Korean head. So would you now like to give your second answer? If the person on the left is the North Korean head, who is the person on the right likely to be?
South Korean person.
I beg your pardon?
South Korean.
You got it. 50 points to HPCL, and they have now broken their jinx and have gotten airborne. This is Moon Jae-in, the South Korean premier, Rahul and USN. Look carefully. This time you have to give me the name of the government agency which is trying to build annuity business model for gas pipelines.
PNGRB.
You got it. What a fabulous answer from BPCL, Petroleum Natural Gas Regulatory Board. And that was, of course, a visual of Dinesh Saraf, formerly CMD of ONGC. 100 points to BPCL. That's the way you do it. Round 5, where we rev up with 3 questions in 45 seconds. 50 for every correct answer and minus 25 for every wrong answer. Time remaining, you can come back to a previously unanswered question. Set 4 questions coming up for the team from PCRA. I wish you the very best of luck with this set of questions, PCRA. If you're ready, we'll start your time now. The flying code of which former airline, now defunct, was IT?
Kingfisher.
Is correct. Plus 50. Question number 2. The Singapore Petroleum Company has been taken over by whom? Question number 3. As NASA is to USA, JAXA is to whom? Would you like to come back to question number 2 or 3?
Question number 2.
The Singapore Petroleum Company has now been taken over by whom? Remember, you have 50 points. A wrong answer will get you minus 25. Your time's up. Correct answer to question number 1. Kingfisher, the Singapore Petroleum Company has now been taken over by PetroChina. As NASA is to USA, JAXA is to Japan, because it means Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. 3 questions coming up now for Oil India Limited. It's time to start the timer. Question on business. In the United Kingdom, how is the finance minister referred to?
Pass.
Question on energy. The US Department of Energy's Oak Ridge National Laboratory System recently unveiled summit. What is the summit?
Pass.
Question on environment. In terms of nomenclature, what is common to gorilla, bison and red fox if they are all tautonyms?
Repeat that.
In terms of nomenclature, what is common to gorilla, bison and red fox if they are all tautonyms?
Oh, their first and second names are the same, like gorilla, gorilla, and bison, bison.
And that is what I call a fabulous answer, and was also within time. So, correct answer to question number 1 is, in the UK, the finance minister is referred to as the Chancellor of the Exchequer. The correct answer to the energy question is, Summit is currently the world's fastest supercomputer.
At the end of 5 rounds, these were the scores.
With an 8-question buzzer round coming up, this is still anybody's quiz. Welcome to the turbocharged buzzer round with 8 questions. You're playing for plus 50 and minus 25. With naturally no passing. And remember, a question will not be completed if anybody buzzes in between. It was a pleasure quizzing with all of you, and may the best team win. Question number 1. What is the Desi GPS app launched by the Team H, OIL?
NAVIC, N-A-V-I-C.
NAV-IC or NAVIC is the correct answer, and 50 points to OIL. Question number 2. What is the residue left after burning coal to generate power cord? And that is Team G, BPCL.
Yeah, pet coke.
I'll take that as the wrong answer. The correct answer is coal ash. Flecks of coal ash are fly ash. The residue of coal ash is called bottom ash. You lose 25 points, BPCL. And now question 3. In which new bill passed is a national tariff structure and penalty for power cuts included? No takers. The correct answer is Electricity Act 2003. Question number 4. Next time you check into a Marriott hotel, what?
Alexa, echo.
That 50 points to Team C, IOCL. Question number 5. 8th June is designated as which international day by United Nations?
World Environment Day.
Incorrect. The correct answer is World Oceans Day, and you lose 25 points once again. Question number 6. What is the French word for around you if we use it frequently? No takers. The correct answer is environ, from where you get the word environment. Second last question coming up, and my question is, how do we better know our unicorn is? No takers for the question on wildlife. The correct answer is one-horned rhino. And a tribute to leadership. 8th and the last question. The Nobel Peace Prize for 2009 was awarded to which world leader for his humanitarian and diplomatic initiatives? More than one team is playing it safe to hold on to their current positions. And the correct answer to that question, of course, is Barack Obama. And ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the IndianOil Solaris quiz on business, energy and environment, which was a fight amongst equals, it's time to check out who is the first among equals.
At the end of the quiz, here are the final scores. All the teams are felicitated and given tokens for their participation. The first runner-up was the team from Indian Oil. And the winner of the inter-corporate finals of the Indian Oil Solaris quiz was Team OIL.
Partnered by Times Influence.
As India makes the digital shift, we make the best use of digital enhancements to simplify financial jargon. From company performances to sectoral returns to knowing an investor's holdings in India. We put figures of significance in perspective. How India spends, where India stands vis-a-vis the world, and how does the world perceive us. You can see it all in a glance. So rise with the times, ET Now, rise with India.
तू ही